Hey everybody, Brent back with another edition of Near Mint Musings. Ahoy, hola, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, and I felt like I could just sit here and talk about all the reasons why I haven't been making content lately. And I appreciate those of you who have reached out, making sure I'm okay, making sure I'm alive, making sure all things are good. And I appreciate those connections and those relationships that have been built through the hobby. Those are beautiful things. And to the 2 or 3 of you that just sanctimoniously reached out to me asking why I stopped making content and if I wanted to sell my cards, I'll pray for you. Because here's the thing. Cards are important to me. Cards are a hobby. Cards are cardboard. Cards are a fun distraction from life. Cards are a connection to our past. They are nostalgia driven. They are art, but they are cardboard. They are tangible. They are things that we cannot take with us. And I know the majority of you out there get that. I certainly get that. Sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I need reminders. Sometimes we all need those reminders that it's just a hobby. But some of you have too much time on your hands and can very easily slide into the realm of entitlement. And I guess you don't, and I'm using air quotes here, I guess you don't like cards that much because you're not doing X, Y, and Z. And you know what? I have a wife. I have 2 beautiful kids that are both over 18 now. Goodness sakes, I am old. And that's where my focus is. And I have a job that keeps me busy. I'm helping build restaurants. And that is not something that is easily just put on the shelf when convenient. It's taking a lot of my time, but I love it. And I'm having the time of my life. So I have not been involved with content making and or content watching. I'm sure there have been many contests I have missed. I'm sure there have been some amazing videos that I have to get caught up on. Nothing personal. It's just not been a priority of mine right now. I've been posting on Instagram here and there with cards because I do love the hobby. I just think that sometimes there has to be a pivot, there has to be a refocus, and there has to be a step back at times, and I've been able to do that, and I am better for it, and so is my collection. I've sold off a large majority of my collection and kept all that is really truly important to me and things that I will want to keep for a lifetime and hand off to my kids and their kids' kids. So I wasn't planning on saying all of that, but I was led to and felt like that obviously needed to be said. I really just came on here to show some cards. So it's been a minute, and if you know anything about my channel, go back into my luxuriously rich, deep library of videos. You will see that I am a big fan of the melding, the intersection of modern and vintage, and this will be another one of those videos. I'm going to use my man Ken Griffey Jr. as my example for some of these cards, but I'm going to show you 3 cards and their vintage counterparts that gave the inspiration to create these homage type cards of Ken Griffey Jr. So first I'll start off with the vintage example of it. And you know me, I love me some diamond stars. So here's a 1935 diamond star of Red Lucas. And this is a oft-seen photo of a not well-known player, but just the artwork, the art deco, the colors, the netting in the back is quite a popular example of what a great Diamond Stars card looked like. So there is the 35 Diamond Star Red Lucas. Put him here for your enjoyment. And here's the counterpart. So in 2010, Topps did a series called the National, and this is up for debate. Please comment below. Is it Chickle? Is it Chicle? Is it Chicle? I don't know. But regardless, this is the set they did, and here's the Ken Griffey Jr. How fantastic is this? Same background. He's a little happier than Red was, but that's just who Ken is. But it's a fantastic card. There's the background of it. Kind of similar, but it's the front. It's the front that you want to see. So let's put those two together. So there is my example number one of the vintage modern representation, the intersectionalness of modern and vintage. What a beautiful thing. All right, so for example number two, there's a set, maybe you've heard of it. It's called the T206. I don't know, maybe you haven't. Here is another player that you probably haven't heard much of, but he's on my beloved Washington Senators. Here's the 1910 Sweet Caporal. Again, comment below. I don't know how to say things. Of Dolly Gray. Look at that deep red background. Beautiful. Love the throwing motion, the W on the sweater. Dolly Gray. So again, very familiar with the T206. I'm preaching to the proverbial choir here, I know. Well, in 2020, Panini, bless their pajama hearts, and their Diamond King set, they did a DK206. I'm assuming that's Diamond King for the DK206 for the T206. Homage, full size, not tobacco size cards. And here is the hollow blue of one Kenneth Griffey Jr. Look at that. I love it. Now, I looked through some of the cards in this set, and like, at least for me, many modern art sets, the art can be a little dodgy. I get it. It's artist representation, and art is in the eye of the beholder. But sometimes it's just like, I can't behold that. So this one I'm okay with. And I actually really like the hollow blue because it ties in the blue with the cap, the collar, the name. You got the crown with the foil right there. It is numbered out of 99, 14 out of 99. It's kind of got the atypical background, back of a Diamond Kings card. This is a case hit, as the kids call them, from 2020 Panini Diamond Kings. And that is my example number two of the amalgamation of modern and vintage cards. Thirdly, this is a fun one. So be prepared to have some fun. 1938 Gaudi. Look at this guy. It's the talking heads, as they call them. No correlation to the band. Burning down the house. Zeke Bonora, again, of my beloved Senators. This is the one with all the doodles, the doodle cards, as they call it. I know there's other names that come with these cards. You'd have the ones without the doodles, the ones with. Not everybody got. There are two versions of it, but not every player had this version, so I'm a big fan of it. You have So Close This Way. Man, my eyes are deceiving me right now. Zeke Has Physique. That rhymes. One of baseball's out of the park Senators is Power Plus. If I botched any of that, I'm sorry. I don't have my good glasses on. Anyways, what a fun card, right? These are very popular and just really cool. It's the only copy I have of any of the Talking Head Doodle cards from 38 Gaudi. So I was able to afford a Zeke Bonora. So I am 249 cards away from being a Bonora super collector. Anyways, there is a 2009 Upper Deck Gaudi homage set. Heads Up is what they called it. I don't think these are called Heads Up. I don't know. Wait, let me know below. I'm pretty naive right now. This is the Ken Griffey Jr. So here's the Upper Deck Gaudi Ken Griffey Jr. I can read this. The font is a little more readable. Owns 10 American League Gold Gloves, hit 600th career home run, returned to the Seattle Mariners on 2/18/09, named to the LMB, oh my gosh, named to the MLB All-Century team in 1999. The back is very familiar to the original. All right. So there is that. So I'm going to, before we bid adieu, give you a glimpse at all of these cards again. Leave a comment below. Just please, somebody comment on my video. Anything, just anything, please, I'm desperate. What do you think of these? All of these examples. What is your favorite? What are some other ones that you know of, that you have, that show this beautiful bridging of modern and vintage? I am going to put the diamond stars up front because that is my favorite of this group that I'm showing you today. It shouldn't surprise most of you who know my past videos. I will pound the desk for my diamond stars. So there you have it. Good to be back. Sorry about the rant at the beginning, but actually I'm not sorry. Needed to be said. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I will try my best to make some more content, and I am desperately wanting to catch up on missed content that many of you have put out. And I appreciate this community. I appreciate the hobby. It's a ton of fun. Don't ever feel guilty or bad or weird if you have to make a pivot. If you change direction in your collecting, you got to do what you got to do to make you happy. Don't let anybody dictate, judge, second guess, question. Seek out advice. Seek out opinions for those who you trust, that you're close to. Lean into those relationships that you have in the hobby. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't let the naysayers, the ones that like to pop up their head every once in a while and just talk stuff and then hide behind their keyboard. There's no room for that. There's no time for that. Stay positive, but stay realistic. Stay focused, but have fun. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great one. Bye.